Over the past 6 months, I've been working on a project that I haven't really talked all that much about on this channel, and that is my third commercial game. That's one, two, three. Crazy that I'm gonna have a third one ready, but it is called A Game About Feeding a Black Hole. And then the beginning of where this story starts is that I have over on my Twitch channel here, I have a redemption that says "Feed the Black Hole." It was just an idea to have kind of people throw away 5,000 Aarimous coins, whatever I call them, the random currency on Twitch, and people loved throwing their money into the black hole. And I always thought at some point in the future I would create a kind of a Steam integration with OBS where someone would redeem that and a black hole would pop up and a ship would get shot into it with their little icon on it and stuff like that. And frankly, I don't want to become a Twitch developer for making add-ons for Twitch. I want to be making games. And so when I released my second commercial game, Hexagod, in March, and it kind of didn't sell as much as I wanted it to sell, mainly because I think one of the things that's hard about this game is understanding exactly what this game is about and kind of what is the fun I'm trying to deliver. I have streamlined that since then, but there was this feeling that I missed. I missed on this game, especially in comparison to my first commercial game, which is Chess Survivors. Chess Survivors seemed really easy to understand quickly what you were going to be able to get into. And so it felt like I took a step back with the marketing of Hexagod. And so now for a game about feeding a black hole, I wanted to do something that had that ability for you to come to this page, for you to click on the trailer, and for you to very quickly understand what you were going to be playing and if you're going to be liking it. And so that's exactly what I did. And I think one of the cool things when I finally sat down to make the trailer for this is that it kind of just worked. I didn't have to zhuzh up the thing or do some weird code to make it look cool or different. And I just sat down and I played the game from start to finish, and then I cut it up into little clips here, and I made it a 23-second thing that shows the upgrade tree. It shows what you're going to be doing. It shows you slowly getting more asteroids out there and breaking more things and finding electric explosions, and this really good delivery of this dopamine at a good pacing. The trailer just made itself. And so I think for my first goal of trying to make something that is a little bit more understandable and a little bit more packageable, a little bit more marketable, I think I hit that goal in a decent way. Now, the market still has to validate it, and I have already gotten a good amount of wish lists from just posting the demo over on Steam, which you can go play right now and make sure you wish list it, because the game is going to be coming out in mid-November, and so if you wish list it now, you'll be notified when it goes live, so you can purchase it, so then you can leave me reviews and help me out and all that fun stuff. And quite frankly, regardless of helping me out, I do think this is going to be one of the most fun games that I have created to date, because I simply find it the most fun. I will play this game and I will get to the end of it. I'll get my upgrades done and I'll be upset that there isn't more content yet. I'm the developer and I'm getting mad at myself when I'm playtesting this game. It is simply just fun to do. And that kind of goes into my next couple goals with this project. So the second goal is to be able to do this in a reasonable amount of time. So I part-time worked on it in April, May, and June. In July and August, I really flipped into kind of full-time development on this. And that also coincided with partnering with Thornady, who you've seen on my Twitch streams, as well as he's been on my Scope Creepers podcast twice now. And partnering with Thornady, he made Click and Conquer with Sockhouse. That game has sold over $100,000 at this point. And so I wanted to partner with Thornady to help me basically have someone else have skin in the game for one regard, but also have somebody who can help me balance this tree out so we can get the pacing correctly. So I've always said this is a 300-hour project. I'll be honest with you, I stopped keeping track of the hours just because we set a timeline of basically the October Next Fest, which starts in 2-ish weeks, and then a release in November, so that it kind of puts the time limit on me already, which is nice. It's been nice to have that really tight timeline because it's helping me combat scope creep. If I don't think there's something I can add into the game, we simply delay it till later, or we find out a different solution that can work with it. And so working with somebody has helped me kind of stay on track for this how many hours do I want to put into the game, and actually trying to hit this really tight timeline. And I think the biggest thing that's happened is he's sometimes thrown at you like, hey, this is a problem that you're talking about. This is a thing you want to do, but how about we focus on the more important thing? So he's helping me get out of my way in some regard. And because he's in charge of this tech tree, he's helped me learn something by balancing the game. He's teaching me about my game through just giving me different looks at it. And through that kind of iterative process, we figured out kind of the core vibes we want to have in the game. So that's the second goal, is to make this game in a reasonable amount of time so that I can make a reasonable income given the amount of time I put into it. Because that's one of the biggest failures with Hexagod, is I probably put in over 1,000 hours into that game. And so the fact that it's only sold like $8,000, I'm making like 80 cents an hour or something. $8 an hour? $8 an hour at that point. Again, considering back in the day I was a lifeguard and made $9.50 for lifeguarding, and that was like in 2010. Like, $8 an hour isn't that good, and it certainly is not a livable wage for me. I think if I want to make a livable wage right now, I have to have like $20 to $30 an hour. So we'll see what we can do with a game about a black hole, which leads me into my final goal that Thornity and I have come up with, and that is making sure that the pacing of this game hits perfectly. Right now, the demo takes about 20 to 30 minutes to play through. And that is if you're kind of playing relatively fast. If you're taking your time and reading all of the upgrades and really kind of seeping in the upgrade tree, it'll probably take you closer to 30 to 40 minutes. But you can probably speed run this game in under 20 minutes, I bet, if you really try to min-max the tree and your decisions. But part of this min-maxing and this intentional trying to make the pacing of this game work is and has been making the tree have the right kind of cost. Make sure when you go there you can actually afford upgrades. Make sure that you're getting the right amount of money at the right amount of time, and make sure that all of that stuff feels really good. And that's what we put a lot of work into with this demo, is simply getting the pacing to feel good. I've done a playtest in person. I've watched friends play it. I've watched Thornity play it. I've had a bunch of you guys on YouTube and Twitch play it, and it really does hit that pacing that we're looking to do. So the full game will be about 2 hours is what we're aiming at, and I really, really want that 2 hours to be something where you don't really feel 2 hours go by. I'm picturing it where you find this game, ideally the day it comes out, you download it, you're excited, it's a Sunday afternoon, it's kind of, you're a little bored, you're not looking, you don't want to play League of Legends, it's too hard, you don't want to do Path of Exile, it's just too much, I kind of want just a chill dopamine hit. You play it for 2 hours, all of a sudden it's dinner time, you're like, oh my gosh, that time melted away, I enjoyed myself. And so the pacing of this game is going to be designed to kind of like give you these moments of novelty so that you really never consider quitting playing the game and you kind of just enjoy the ride. Now, I'll also add in 2 other gameplay modes. So the main gameplay is going to be this tree where there's like a bunch of branches. It's going to go to the right really far, a bunch of different, like, it's going to be very kind of linear with this idea that you're kind of finding your way through, but we've kind of designed it so that at any given moment you probably have like 3-ish choices, and all the choices are going to be good. So we're kind of designing the tree that way, but then there'll be another gameplay mode that's going to be like purely idle based. Maybe the clicker, this breaker here, will auto move around the screen and kind of just automatically find stuff. There'll be minions, a bunch of things where you don't have to be as engaged. Maybe it can be a second monitor idle game. And then a third gameplay mode, which is going to be just a huge tree for speedrunning. And that's going to be throwing a bunch of mods at the upgrade tree so that your decisions will actually matter. We'll probably put a timer up there, maybe a leaderboard with all the players, maybe a leaderboard with just your best times, but really leaning into this idea that your decisions will matter, how fast you get through this tree will matter, and that'll be that difficulty that people are asking about. Because that's the number one piece of feedback people have given me, is that they want more strategy to the upgrade tree. But that's counterintuitive to what we're trying to do with the upgrade tree. We want to make sure that the pacing of it feels really good, that we're making that novelty and those new moments of something interesting, that new piece of candy. We want to give you that at the right moment. And it's kind of hard to do both those two things. And so we're really min-maxing for pacing with this tree, but we have full plans to add in a tree that has more scarcity, that makes your decisions matter, that kind of leans into that strategy of speed running. And so if that's something you're craving, the full game will have that. And I think that'll really scratch that itch for you, while this first tree is going to just really have a very fun and smooth curve. I'm excited for this game. I cannot tell you how many hours I've spent playtesting it. Make sure you go and check out the demo over on Steam, download it, wishlist it, share it with your friends and family, share it with content creators you think who would like this sort of game, and let's just try to see how big we can make this launch so that, I don't know, we can feed the black hole even bigger. I've been Aarimous. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be live over on Twitch after this video goes live. If you want to come hang out and celebrate the launch of the demo on Steam, play test it, give me feedback, make up a list of feature creep and all that fun stuff we want to do. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.